All right, picture this. You're an English soldier in 1066, standing on a hill thinking, all right, lads, we've got the high ground, we've got the shields, we've got King Harold. What could go wrong? Well, a lot. Because in just a few hours, England would change forever. And believe it or not, it all started with a guy who wasn't even supposed to be king. So, here's the deal. King Edward the Confessor dies without an heir, which back then was like leaving your Netflix password out in the open. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the English throne. Harold Godwinson grabs the crown immediately. William of Normandy, furious because Edward apparently promised him the throne. And then there's Harold Hardrada, the Viking king, who just shows up uninvited like, guess what? I also want England. So England now has a three-way fight, and Harold Godwinson has to defend his crown twice in the same month. First, Harold smacks the Vikings at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, a brutal win that probably made him think, all right, I'm untouchable. But guess what? At that exact moment, William was already sailing across the English Channel. Harold now has to march 200 miles south in just a few days to face another invasion. His army? Exhausted. His knights? Barely keeping up. His strategy? Let's just hold the hill. Bad call. October 14th, 1066. It's go time. Harold sets up on top of a hill. Smart, right? Well, yes and no. See, the English had an incredible shield wall, and at first they were basically a medieval brick wall that nothing could get through. William's men tried charging uphill. Bad idea, they got smashed. So what does William do? Fake retreat. That's right, the Normans pretend to run away, and some English soldiers chase them down the hill, only to get ambushed and slaughtered. Harold's forces fall for this again and again, and then an arrow. Right to the eye. At least that's how the story goes. The truth is a bit sketchy, but what we do know is Harold died, his army collapsed, and by nightfall, William the Conqueror became, well, William the King. The Battle of Hastings wasn't just some medieval fight, it completely reshaped England. French became the language of the elites. Ever wonder why English has so many fancy words from French? Because William and his squad turned England into a French-speaking VIP club. Castles everywhere. The Normans built hundreds of castles, including the Tower of London. New laws, new culture. If you were an Anglo-Saxon noble, tough luck. You either bowed to William or lost everything. So, what's the lesson here? Never trust a retreating army. And maybe, just maybe, don't run down the hill when you already have the high ground. But hey, history is full of bad decisions. What's your favorite? Drop a comment, hit subscribe, and tell me which battle I should cover next.